Most stress comes from trying to control outcomes while ignoring effort. Focus completely on preparation, discipline, and character, and suddenly uncertainty loses its power to shake your confidence. Imagine carrying yourself with enough self-respect that loneliness no longer pressures you into fake friendships, weak relationships, or environments that quietly poison your peace. Weak habits whisper harmless excuses until they quietly build a painful future. Strong habits feel difficult initially, but eventually construct a life where peace, discipline, health, and confidence operate automatically. Some of the most dangerous battles happen silently, inside people nobody notices. The individual smiling politely may also be fighting self-doubt, rebuilding discipline, healing emotionally, and refusing to collapse under invisible pressure. There is a massive difference between appearing successful and becoming unshakable. One depends on image, applause, and trends. The other is built through discipline, emotional control, wisdom, and surviving difficult seasons without losing direction. The person who controls impulses controls their future. Most lives are not destroyed by giant disasters, but by repeated small decisions made emotionally, impulsively, or carelessly across months and years. Imagine becoming so mentally strong that delays no longer frustrate you because you understand timing matters. Some doors stay closed, not because life rejected you, but because you were still becoming ready for them. People who laugh at discipline often envy the results later. They mock the early mornings, the sacrifices, the consistency, the focus, until the disciplined person lives a reality excuses can never produce. A powerful life is usually built in private, while everyone else is distracted publicly. The gym sessions nobody saw, the books nobody praised, the lonely nights improving skills, those moments eventually change everything permanently. Some individuals lose themselves trying to be understood by everyone, but clarity arrives when you realize not every person deserves access to your energy, your vision, your emotions, or your deeper long-term goals. If every inconvenience ruins your mood, life will control you endlessly. But once you train yourself to remain calm under pressure, people begin noticing a presence about you that feels rare and strangely magnetic. Many people fear failure because they think it exposes weakness. In reality, repeated avoidance exposes weakness more clearly than failure ever could. At least failure proves you were brave enough to attempt growth. Imagine waking up 1 year from now with the same excuses, same habits, same fears, same distractions. That thought alone should be enough to make discipline feel less painful than remaining unchanged forever. The strongest revenge against disrespect is not anger, arguments, or public reactions. It is building a life so disciplined, peaceful, and successful that your existence itself becomes proof they underestimated the wrong person. Some lessons only arrive through silence. Noise hides insecurity, distractions hide fear, and constant entertainment hides emptiness. But solitude forces you to confront yourself honestly until growth becomes unavoidable. People often underestimate how much suffering disappears when someone develops self-control. Better decisions improve health, relationships, finances, focus, confidence, and peace, because discipline quietly upgrades every part of life together. A person obsessed with proving others wrong often remains emotionally trapped by them. True freedom begins when your mission becomes more important than revenge, and your future matters more than past rejection. Imagine treating your attention like a billionaire treats money. Suddenly, meaningless drama feels expensive, toxic people feel costly, and wasted hours feel dangerous, because focus creates nearly every valuable result in life. The greatest shift happens when you stop seeing obstacles as interruptions and start seeing them as training. Difficult conversations train courage, failure trains resilience, and uncertainty trains the ability to trust yourself under pressure. Most people dramatically overestimate what they can do in 1 week and underestimate what relentless consistency builds in 5 years. Quiet repetition often defeats intense motivation, because discipline survives long after emotion disappears. There is a reason storms create stronger trees. Comfort rarely develops depth, patience, wisdom, or resilience. Difficult seasons force people either to collapse emotionally or discover strengths they never realized existed. The individual who remains humble while improving becomes incredibly difficult to defeat. They continue learning, adapting, observing, and evolving, while arrogant people stop growing because they believe they already know enough. Imagine reaching a level of inner peace where nobody can bait you into emotional reactions anymore. Insults lose power, gossip loses influence, and chaos loses control, because your mind no longer depends on external approval. Some people spend years trying to look powerful, while others spend years becoming powerful. One relies on image and noise, the other relies on discipline, patience, silence, and an unbreakable relationship with discomfort. The most inspiring transformations rarely happen overnight. They happen when someone quietly decides that their future deserves more respect than their excuses, their fears, their temporary emotions, and the comfortable habits keeping them average.